Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Oh, hello and happy Monday. Welcome to Run It Back. Look at us. Just all here, present and accounted for. Lou, you look like you're somewhere pretty.
That looks like Philadelphia to me.
Shut up, you can't even see.
It's a sunny day in Philadelphia, guys. It's a sunny day in Philadelphia.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Boom, reference, love them. Can I ask you real quick about ringing the bell? How was it?
You know what? That was a great experience last night. I hadn't played in Philadelphia in over 14 years. I got to that city when I was a young puppy. I was 17 years old. By the time I left, I was a 26-year-old man. I had 2 kids and a family at that time. I grew up in that town, and to be welcomed warmly and with a lot of love and respect, with so much time that's gone by that I've been able to impact the city of Philadelphia. That felt really good. So it was a great night, and a great night for me in the arena. But
I know for you it was good. Do you want to give him a 1 to 10 on his bell ringing?
That was pretty good. Good for him.
Yeah,
got the crowd going.
Okay.
You know what, Chandler? That's the first positive thing I've heard about my bell ring.
I haven't seen many of them.
Yeah, why are you getting killed on your bell ringing?
Listen, I don't ring bells and I don't swing hammers. You know what I mean?
Been a little more aggressive.
A little more oomph.
Yeah, a little more oomph.
I could have been more aggressive, but the guy told me that you can hit the bell as hard as you want to hit it. I didn't want to make it about me, so I just did the bare minimum and I just hit the bell. I didn't realize I was gonna get criticized for it. So the next time that I'm invited somewhere to hit the bell, I'm gonna swing the hell out of the hammer, and it's gonna get hit.
The game also did. The game went a different direction. I think it would have been better for him.
Oh, like people would have not focused.
Yeah.
That's all. That's fair
They
too.
needed something. They needed something. It's all
Maybe you get a
good.
better performance after that.
Well, we'll get to that game, but we won't start with that game because we're going to start with what a lot of people call the best series, Denver and Minnesota. Things have changed in this one. 3-1 lead for the T-Wolves. A lot of injuries in that, but they win 112-96. Ayo! 43.
We're going with Ayo?
Yeah, we have to. 43 points.
No, it's not Ayo?
It's not Ayo, but I want it to be Ayo because it's cooler that way. Jokic finished with 24. They outscored Denver 62-42 in the second half. And we're going to get to the scuffle and the hate and all that stuff. But the basketball gods, mad at Minnesota for some reason because you lose not just Dante DiVincenzo with an Achilles, you also lose Anthony Edwards with a left knee situation. Can they win the series without them?
I mean, thank God they have a 3-1 cushion, right? Because these are 2 extremely valuable players. We all obviously know the impact in which Anthony Edwards has just offensively, defensively, everything he provides, getting a bucket, closing the game out, what he does for this team is irreplaceable, to be honest with you. And then Dante DiVincenzo, obviously, he's shown flashes. The way he can space the floor, the way he can shoot the 3-ball is something that they don't really have outside of that at the level that he does it. So this is a huge blow to them. Now, obviously, Ayo has been fantastic. He has been unbelievable. Bones Highland's going to have to play more. You got to imagine they go to Terrence Shannon or Kyle Anderson, who Chris Finch does trust and respect a lot. So they do have some depth there on the bench. There's going to be a lot of Julius Randle, a lot of Jaden McDaniels, a lot of Naz Reid. So they're still going to have some similarities there and familiar offensive sets with those guys out. But those are tough 2 guys to lose in such a critical time. And again, the Nuggets are very good offensively. They were great all year. They haven't been great this series, but it's far from over. And it's not scary, but they need to win Game 5 and get as much rest and time off for Anthony Edwards as they possibly can going into the next series, because they might win and get out of this series just with a 3-1 lead, but it's only going to get more difficult and difficult. It's just a tough blow for them, and I obviously hope they recover, quickly.
This is brutal, Lou.
No, yeah, I'm with Chandler on that. And one of the things that's going to be interesting to see from Minnesota is now that Denver knows that Ant Edwards is out, they know that DiVincenzo is out. That puts pressure on these guys, and not only that, you can change up the way that you're going to scout. You can change the way that you're going to go about it. Now that Ayo is coming off the bench and he's being the player that he's being, throwing in a 43, now he's a part of the game plan. He's a part of the game prep. So now some of his stuff is going to be limited. They're going to try to take away opportunities from him. Bones Highland is going to be another guy that's going to pop up on the game plan now. Naz Reid, now that Denver can watch these guys and watch the film and be able to take away some of the strengths and the things that they do well on the floor, they're going to be able to game prep for that. And that's going to be the adjustment that you see in Denver and going into this critical Game 5 for them. But I think Minnesota still has enough. They're still playing in a way that I think they get out of this series because they've been the more physical team. They've been the more aggressive team.
And this,
they found Yeah, but they found something when it comes to Denver that they know how to attack these guys. I think they still have the right guys in the lineup that they can continue to attack them. I think they get out of this one, but I agree with Chandler. It may get tough for them in the second round. But make no mistake about it. If there's any team that's prepared for a 3-1 deficit, it's been Denver. They've been a team they've seen this movie before time and time again for years on end. They've seen this before. And so I don't think they've panicked yet. If anything, the pressure is back on Minnesota, even with a 3-1 lead. So let's see what happens.
And what a luxury for Minnesota to have a guy like Mike Conley now just to insert probably back in the starting lineup. He's been a starter his whole career. I think he started 15 games this season already for them. So he's definitely that setup guy that they can now go to and kind of run the offense in a different way than they play without Anthony Edwards. Again, I think it's going to be a high dose of Julius Randle. I think Jaden McDaniels is going to have the ultimate green light. Naz Reid is going to have to be the guy that comes in, has to be uber aggressive. But it's really, really good that they do have a vet experienced guy like Mike Conley that they can just plug in there. And on the flip side, Denver, it's now a 3-game series and you have home court advantage. Like Lou just said, if there's one team that's poised where their offense hasn't been great,
there you go.
Jokic hasn't been great, and I think they're the #1 offense in the NBA during the season. They're the 14th out of 16th in the playoffs. That's
crazy.
It can't get much worse for them, is my point. And now they have a 3-game series with home court advantage. It's far from over.
Look, I know not everyone cares about this kind of stuff, but I do think eerie patterns are something to take note of, and people already have. The number 0 is kind of, it's like Tyrese, Tatum, Dame, and now Dante, all with Achilles. I wonder if people will reconsider.
Like, if you're number 0, Lou, are you changing it?
I think I'm looking into it.
Right?
But seriously, usually I don't get into superstitions and stuff like this and crazy coincidences, but this right here, if I'm number 0, I don't know another notable number 0 at this moment. But if I'm you, I'm gonna go ahead and file your paperwork now because it takes a year for you to change your number in the NBA. You have to change everything because of the merchandise. So if I'm looking at it right now, I'm seriously consider filing my paperwork to get me another number for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's silly. I think it's legit.
It's eerie.
It's very eerie. All right, I know people want to get to the fireworks that happened at the end of this game. Again, 2 teams not really in love with each other. Jaden McDaniels, there's 1.3 on the clock. Everyone's standing around, but he decided to score. Jokic zoomed his way over there and confronted him right in front of the bench. Both ejected. Jokic and Randle were ejected. They've also been fined. Look, the answer for McDaniels was clock was still running. I'm going to score. Charles Barkley said he would have put a hit out on McDaniels. Jokic said, I don't regret it because he scored whenever. Look, this is hilarious. And Jaden after the game said, I don't know what he said, to be honest. I just seen someone who was big as hell. A lot from this scuffle, guys. Lou, I'll start with you. Unwritten rules. Can we get over it?
I thought it was a lot about nothing, Bees. I'm not gonna lie. Jaden McDaniels probably shouldn't have laid the ball up, but he only laid the basketball up. He didn't dunk. He didn't do anything flashy. He didn't get the crowd excited. He took a cheap 2, and a lot of people take exception to that, and obviously Jokic did. But I don't know if this was the play to show them up. Also, if I'm Jaden McDaniel, I'm just going to keep poking the bear. Obviously, I'm getting under your skin. I got a 3-1 lead, and now y'all ready to fight. Y'all can use that as motivation. I'm equally as motivated, and I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to hoop. I'm ready to do whatever y'all with. I'm with it. I'm down for it. And so I thought it was a lot about nothing. These guys lost some pretty good money yesterday over it. But, we talked about this early in the year. We got to come to a consensus with who's able to finish plays at the game. The losing team are the only guys to finish playing and not the winning team. I did see 9 other guys stop playing. Jaden McDaniels, listen, this is the playoffs. I'm going to take me a cheap 2 and boost my PPG up a little bit to get me going. But I thought it was a lot about nothing. But, this is playoff basketball where everything is magnified and everything is going to be scrutinized. But this was nothing to me.
There's obviously the unspoken rule that you always hear about, right? And it goes both ways, and it is easy to defend one way or the other now until it happens to you. I understand the frustration as Denver going down 3-1. This is the same dude that basically called out all of us one by one being poor defenders, and now he's getting a cheap basket at the end of the game when we're already down 14. I understand that.
He should have defended it.
I look at it the opposite way, though. I think this is completely unprofessional and unacceptable from Jokic. I think he gets a pass. I think he ran out of his way that could have escalated the situation.
That's another hot take. You've been giving us good hot takes lately.
I'm just saying, what if Jaden McDaniels knocked his ass out when he ran up on him like that? He made this situation a lot worse than just taking the L. You haven't been able to guard them all series long. You haven't been able to get stops all series long. Now you want to be mad when the game's already over, when you already had 47 minutes to stop them. Like, I get it, it's boiling over, but I just think this is. I think Jokic should have got fined way more than the other guy, than Julius Randle. Julius Randle's reacting to what he did.
Well, Randle got 35 and he got 50.
I don't think that's fair. I think Julius Randle is coming to defense of his teammate who just got bum rushed 50 feet by the opposing starting center, who's the MVP. Who I think if this is anyone else in the league, minus Steph Curry, I think we're talking about this in a different light. How this is unprofessional, this is dirty, this is not good for the game. This could have escalated something way worse. So I'm the biggest Jokic fan ever. I think he's the best player in the NBA. I think he was dead wrong in the situation, and you can't go and make this something for a guy getting a bucket at the end of the game. I think he is way out of line here.
By the way,
and don't give an agitator more
he's winning.
ammo. Don't give him more fuel. Like if you're the Joker, the actual Joker with Batman, like this is something that makes him laugh. Like this gets him going the more angry you get. So if I'm Jaden McDaniels and I've started this series off as an agitator, as somebody that wants to get under your skin, and this is how you react to just a normal layup at the end of the game. Now, granted, we can talk about sportsmanship and all of that. Everybody will pick that part apart. I'm just talking about somebody that's doing something that you know is trying to get under your skin, and you full court sprint down there to address him. That makes him happy. He'll take whatever fine under the sun. He'll deal with whatever consequence under the sun in knowing that I'm getting under your skin. So, that part of it, that's a win for Minnesota in all of this.
Yeah.
And they're up 3-1. It's painful. Mike Conley, by the way, took the blame for this one afterwards.
Yeah.
Were you trying to start trouble at the end of the game there?
No, that was a slip-up. That's on me. I take the blame. I apologize to the Denver Nuggets. I apologize to myself, my team, everybody. As soon as I threw it, I looked and I was like, oh, it's Jaden. And I almost put my hands on my head. I was like, maybe he won't. Maybe. And then as soon as I saw him in the ball, kind of bounce a couple times, it's over. Man. Get crazy.
At least he didn't
see me lower my head. I just knew it.
But it's the maybe he won't that gets me.
How good of a dude is Mike Conley that he's apologizing for just throwing the outlet pass and just knowing Jaden Daniels. Again, this wasn't this is who Jaden McDaniels is. Like, it's fine. Again, I understand the unwritten rule. It's classless, whatever you want to say, disrespectful, fine. Like, you haven't stopped him all series long is my point. Now he does one little layup. He didn't play great. He had 10 points. He wanted to get to 12. Like you want to stop him before the last 2 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious that Mike Conley knew exactly when he let go that ball. He's like, damn.
It's a wrong guy.
Yeah, Chandler, this is the playoffs. Like, everything is supposed to get people angry. Every single thing, from how the city treats you when you land in their city, from hotels, the restaurants, everybody is in on the playoffs. And we know that as players. Every city is in on the playoffs. So we're supposed to stop now at the end of the game for that? Like, this is where the buck stops? Like, come on, man. It's a lot about nothing.
I'm kind of shocked Barkley was on the side of, like, he shouldn't have done it. I feel like I don't know, it feels
But you know what? Then first play of the next game, give him a good chunk on a pick and roll or something. Or let him know that we're not playing that this game. But, like, to go and run 50 feet out of him and make the situation way worse, I think is just uncalled for by Jokic.
It's just a lot of frustration that, like you said,
that could have transpired into something way worse than it was. And then Julius Randle gets fined $15K less for what? Helping his teammate that's just got bum rushed?
It's a little
bogus.
Wonky. I agree. By the way, is there a better rivalry right now? I was trying to think. Like, I can't think of one.
Maybe the Spurs Thunder, if
I can't stand them. Let's go. Okay, yeah, you're right.
But this is great because it's chippy. It's experience. These guys talk.
McDaniels is making it.
McDaniels is making it something. Anthony Edwards is going to let you hear about it. Like, Rudy Gobert is easy to hate. Now he's easy to love and cheer for. And on the other side, too, they got some physical guys like Aaron Gordon who like to mix it up, who is kind of a shell of himself right now. Yep. But, like, this definitely, these are two elite teams that kind of have two different styles of play, and they are clashing right now.
I love it. I do. I wish the series was a little closer, but I guess maybe
But it could be.
Again,
Again, this is like...
You know what? I like a budding one down in Atlanta and New York. That's probably my favorite right now. Like, it's probably not as sexy as a New York, LA, or New York, Boston, or something like that. But Atlanta's giving us our money's worth and being somebody that the New York Knicks are starting not to like in the Atlanta Hawks. So I'm digging that one too.
By the way, shout out Charles Oakley. Not allowed to go to the games at the Garden, but he was at the game down in Atlanta.
Brilliant.
All right,
Which
we're
is
gonna
crazy.
It's dumb. Lakers Rockets. That's another series. It looked like this one was over. No Kevin Durant again. But the Rockets stay alive. 3-1, a 115-96 victory. Thompson with 23. Tyree Eason had 20. DeAndre Ayton finishes with 19 and 10. They shot 40% from three, Houston did. The Game 3 loss wasn't pretty. Ime Udoka asked about the messaging that he gave these guys afterwards. Said, quote, grow up. You're not that young anymore. And then Amen said Alperen Sengun gave the motivational speech yesterday morning before the game. I would love to know that. I would love to know what he said.
Well, I think it's do or die now for them, obviously, and you do not want to get embarrassed. You do not want to get swept. And this is a team that arguably has more talent than the LA Lakers. And again, they're missing Kevin Durant, but you look across the way, they're missing their best two players, arguably. So, like, it is an even playing field. And I will say the X factors have been Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, DeAndre Ayton, those guys that we kind of have been easily criticized all year long. They've really stepped up, and the Lakers' turnaround on defense has been fantastic. Like, they're flying around, they're playing with more energy. They can go small, they can go big, they get up and pressure you. You know, JJ Redick has done beautiful job with like different schemes, different coverages, switching pick and rolls, going under one action, doubling the next action, like keeping it very, unpredictable for the offense. And whether it's double teaming Kevin Durant at half court or going to zone, like they've done a little bit of everything, which has been key for them. And I do feel like this was the one game they could let get away. This is the one game that
Feels rigged to me. Feels rigged to me, Chandler.
Not excusing the loss, but I feel like if I was a betting man, I would have bet on the Rockets last night.
Really?
This is the one that like you can kind of look ahead and you can go, let's close it out at home or get a cushion.
They're not going to let them get swept.
But again, on the flip side, though, they need to win Game 5 because then they start playing every other night, and LeBron James did look a little tired and a little fatigued last night.
Sure.
But this was a big pride win for the Rockets last night, especially without Kevin Durant, and a collective effort for them.
Yeah, I thought the Lakers were just complacent and they laid an egg. This is a team that's having a 3-0 lead, and you're looking at this Game 4, and they just didn't put their best foot forward in knowing that they were going back home, for a pivotal Game 5. I thought Marcus Smart, who's been brilliant during this series, Luke Kennard, who's been brilliant during this series, they just didn't have that impact that they've had in the previous games. They're going to need those guys to step up and be big contributors moving forward in this series, especially if they don't want this thing to get interesting and they want to just close it out at home and make this a gentleman's sweep and finish 4-1. But for me, it was about those two guys. It wasn't about LeBron to me last night. LeBron is going to be LeBron. We can say that he was tired or whatever, but when it comes to Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, those have been the guys that's pushed this team forward, that's gotten them over the hump in those games. They didn't make a three between the two of them collectively. That has to change, and they got to have a bigger impact for me for them to close it out at home.
Yeah.
By the way, the LeBron part of it all, the beauty and the curse of LeBron and how long he's played and his age and all that is that when he does amazing things, we're like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? But then if he has an off night like he did, they're like, uh-oh. Age is catching up to him. Like, just one game.
Yeah. I think you got to look at the big picture of the playoffs and how dominant he's been and how great he's looked. And I will say he's taken some spills. They're playing physical with him. But the only thing that concerns me a little bit is the lack of rest that he will get as this series goes on. So I think it's pivotal that they win Game 5 because, again, then we're talking just one day in between Game 6 and Game 7. But, again, this is LeBron James. He completely proves people wrong. Each and every game, each and every day, he's been great. I'd like to think that if they do happen to lose Game 5, Austin Reeves will probably come back Game 6 and for a little boost there. Hopefully, because I don't think they're going to want to let this get too far and, again, go to Game 6 or 7. But they've been the better team all series long. Kevin Durant's, I think, officially out, right?
Dude, what is the deal with Kevin Durant? Why was he not even on the bench for Game 3? Like, talk to me about this. It feels bad.
What's weird to me is when they asked about his teammates, and his teammates say they don't know. Like, that was the only concerning part for me is when, like, Amen Thompson was like, I don't know. I don't know if they're not trying to make it a big deal or what, but
there's a disconnect, maybe?
A little disconnect there.
It can be a lot at play here. I've seen it all. I've seen some guys just flat out not show up. I've seen some guys that prefer to sit in the locker room and watch games, and I've also experienced, personally myself, where you're doing treatment in the back during the games because you don't want to waste that time. You're steady working, around the clock, trying to get back on the court. I don't know what the scenario is for Kevin Durant, but usually in these scenarios, you see a guy pop his head out at least a quarter or whatever, and then go back to the back and complete treatment or whatever you have. I don't know what it is. It also was interesting that his teammates didn't know what was going on and nobody kind of stuck up for him. But at the end of the day, he wasn't on the court. It didn't matter. He had nothing to do with the outcome of this game. You know, so we can make it a big deal, but this is the playoffs and everything matters. And like I said, everything is under a microscope. But, you know, I've seen every scenario under the sun when it comes to this type of stuff.
I'll say this. It makes more sense in like a Game 5 situation that he wouldn't travel with the team because he's back in Houston rehabbing, getting stuff, and like he might blow up, he might swell on the flight. Being at home,
he was on the bench
game
for Game 4.
He was there last night.
Because I think he wants to come to LA and be on the bench for Game 5.
I'm just saying it would make more sense to me if he didn't travel with the team for Game 5 in preparation to play for Game 6 and not have anything happen on the flight. But
I wouldn't even be surprised if he's in that back gym getting shots.
Right,
like,
and 100%. There's a trainer dedicated to Kevin Durant where he could be just doing rehab, constant Normatec, ice, stim, massage. Like he could be doing stuff during the game, trying so hard to be getting ready to play for the next game, and we're over here asking why he's on the bench. Like, so I will say there's a lot of other scenarios.
So that's why we're doing that.
We've seen it all, Beats. Like I've played in games where I've been part of games where I'm hurt, where at the top of the second quarter, during game days, a lot of the medical staff is dedicated to the guys that are active and in uniform. So even as a Kevin Durant, you might not have the time to get on the training table to do the things you need. You might not have that dedicated energy or a trainer that you need. But once the game starts, one of those guys might come with you, and that's where you start your treatment, and that's where you start your work. Now that you have the guys that are active out on the floor, and they don't need that time and that energy. I've seen it all. I'm gonna guess that's what was going on. But again, it was kind of different for his teammates to say, I don't know where he is, you know.
Didn't love that. Not a great look.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton, by the way, was ejected in the second half because of a flagrant 2 hit on Sengun. I will say this for context before I ask you if this was not the right call.
Oh, my gosh. What is that?
Udoka said that he was surprised by this and said it was soft. So do you agree with this call?
I mean, when you look at it like that, it does look a little tough, but like ejecting him in the playoffs, I don't think this was on purpose. I don't think this was like malicious. Again, when you slow it down like that, even Sengun I think says he was surprised, right? Like he was,
no, Ime said.
Again, it's sure when you slow it down and you replay it like that in 4K, it might look worse than it is. I don't think this is. I think flagrant 1, sure, you hit him in the head, it was unnecessary, but to kick the guy at the leading scorer of the other team out.
You know what? As a cynical person and sometimes conspiracy theorist, this doesn't look good for the people who think that some things are scripted.
This is where the replay thing gets tricky for me. You know, I told you we're gonna open up a can of worms if we just run over there and replay everything in microseconds and stretching out clips and slow motion. Like in real time, this looked like a normal foul or play on, but the minute that you go over to the replay, and then the crowd can be able to react, and you can slow it down, and everybody makes it like that looks crazy based on the slow motion, right? But if we speed this thing up and we see it in real time, everybody is playing on, and it's nothing. That's why I don't want the replay to have more of an impact that it already has in these games,
Can
man.
I ask
I
a
hate
question?
it. This is weak to me.
If I get hit in the back of the head, why am I grabbing the front of my face?
I don't know. I just think, again,
Ask yourself
we
that.
can't keep
Transferable
pumping up
energy.
Acting.
We
and
can't
it was
keep
horrible.
pumping up playoff basketball and physicality, and then when it does happen to come to fruition, do we suspend and then we kick the guy out?
Kicking him out is absurd. They owe him an apology, if you ask me. By the way, the KD waving, are we good with that?
Oh,
hilarious.
Just know, I mean, I'm petty. When I'm next game, as soon as this game's over, if I'm DeAndre Ayton, I am looking for Kevin Durant, and I am waving bye-bye because I will not forget. But yeah, I love it. I love it.
It is shocking to wave when you know the next game might probably be the team's
next
last,
3.
and like you're probably going to be going on. But whatever.
Which series is more alive, or which is a more likely chance? The Nuggets coming back,
not this one. How about that?
Not this one.
Not this one.
You think this one's a wrap?
I do think it's a wrap. I think they just weren't allowed to be swept, is what I think. We're going to take a quick break. More.
Boy.
What, guys? I got my tinfoil hat on all weekend. We'll be right back.
I think
run it back.
talk about this game, Lou. All right. Knicks in Atlanta, game 4. It's now tied. Cats triple-double leading them. It's a 114-98 win. There were a bunch of these, by the way. OG Anunoby with 22 and 10. CJ, 17 points. He was 8 of 15. James Dolan was in the house. Anybody care? Cool. Atlanta, 7 fast break points. All of those came in the fourth quarter. All right, first triple-double of his playoff career, by the way, for Cat, which I actually found that a little bit shocking.
Me too.
If we talk so much about Cat and what his role is and why nobody seems to know, and yesterday it seems to work.
Well, I'm surprised as well. Like, this dude is super
Crazy.
talented. We obviously know how well he can shoot the basketball, how skilled he is offensively. And when he imposes his will, like he's been doing, to his credit, he has come out a lot more aggressive. Even just the way he's moving, the way he's cutting, the way he's attacking the offensive glass. Like, that is the type of energy that you need from him. And it's on Mike Brown, honestly, to get him more involved. I would have him setting the action with Jalen Brunson. I would have him handling the action. I'd have a two-man game with him and OG. He is one of the more versatile, skilled bigs that we have in the league, where he can handle, he can play make. You can play through him, you know, at the top of the key, at the elbow. Like, he is a very, very, very talented player. And now he's even given us the energy and the effort that we've been looking for. So this is a huge step going forward, going back to the Garden. All the momentum. You got Cat playing good. You got to figure out a way to have Jalen Brunson be a little more efficient. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That hurt my knee watching that. But this is the version that the Knicks need of Karl-Anthony Towns to get out of this series and to continue to advance and to compete for a championship. They have to have him aggressive. They have to have him just not take the back seat all the time to Jalen Brunson. He is too good to do that.
I think the word we want with Cat is consistency from game to game instead of guessing which version shows up, Lou.
You know what? I see it different. He had a great night, had a triple-double, but he still only had 10 shot attempts. Like, I still need him to take 15, 20 shots a game. He was super efficient, 6 for 10 from the floor. But again, 10 shot attempts, you got 10 assists. That tells me you were still passing the ball, you were still being unselfish, and guys were making shots. But if they don't make shots, we're having a different conversation. So for me, 20, 10, and 10 is a great stat line. Don't get me wrong. And it's also history. You know, he's the fourth Knick in history to have a triple-double during the playoffs. I'm not trying to discount that. But the shot attempts, when we're talking about him being aggressive, I need that to go to 15 or 20. Like, this New York Knicks team got to live and die with the ball in Cat's hands, with the ball in Jalen Brunson's hand. This was a good night for them, but think about Atlanta on the flip side of this game. They're a team that creates a lot of their points and a lot of their energy and offense off of turnovers. They didn't create a lot. They gave away too many second chance points. They allowed New York to be big dogs on the board. They didn't get a lot of runouts. Like we said, 7 fast break points, and all of those came in the fourth quarter where the game was pretty much already decided on. All of those things, Atlanta's going to adjust to that. And when they do, we're going to need Cat to be a lot more aggressive version of himself. So a great night, great triple-double, but the shot attempts is still alarming to me.
Yeah, like, who on that team is going to have a problem with Karl-Anthony Towns taking 20 shots? No.
I don't think anyone.
That is a better version of this team and him when he is aggressive. Like, he is one of those players that you talk about that he has deserved to have that kind of freedom and flexibility on the offensive where he can go and take some bad shots. He can go and be aggressive. He can get going early. And I think that's key to his game and the success for this team is to get him going early, get to the foul line, get downhill, get out in transition. It's so easy to guard the New York Knicks when it's just, all right, set up in the half court, high pick and roll, Jalen Brunson, and then have to hit a tough mid-range shot. Like, it's so easy, and you can switch your coverages up, and it's too predictable of an offense to guard. Now, when you have your center, who's a 7-foot, 260-pound man, handling the ball, passing the ball, moving, cutting, transition, like, then all of a sudden it makes it more difficult to guard, and you still have him being aggressive. So I agree. I think he needs to be more aggressive and take 20 shots in Game 5 because they're okay with winning and losing with you being aggressive.
By the way, I didn't know he picked 32 after Magic Johnson. Did you?
No,
Which makes the assist thing make a little more sense. But that's a fun fact. That is a fun fact, kids. Take that into your Monday. Second half of Game 1, Jalen Brunson. This is getting a little bit weird. Shooting 38% from the field. This is once again sort of reared the heads of the Paul Pierces of the world, saying he cannot be the best player on a championship team. And I saw a lot of Becky Hammond rewinds over the weekend because she once said famously now, smallest dude on the team can't be the best team on a championship team, so whatever that is. Are we buying this, Lou? Or is he just struggling for a minute?
Yeah, I just think the brand of basketball it just has highs and lows when it comes to the New York Knicks. Like Jalen Brunson, he has to create so many of his opportunities off the dribble. He has to do it for himself. That can weigh guys down, especially when you're getting challenged. And when, like the Atlanta Hawks, they got 3 or 4 different guys they can match up on him. They can throw C.J. McCollum at him. They can throw Dyson on him. They can put Alexander Walker on him. They got so many different guys that they can have guard him. Even in their coverages, Atlanta switches 1 through 5 a lot of the time. So Okongwu might get him for some possessions. Then Jalen Johnson might get him for some possessions. They got so many fresh bodies that they can keep on him and make it difficult for him and wear him down throughout games where every once in a while he may be inefficient because of his legs and his impact and those things. And so, if Mike Brown can find a way to get him easier looks, a couple more post touches, they probably a trap it or whatever you have. But if he can get some easier looks to reserve his energy to be more efficient on the offensive end, I don't think we're having this conversation. So, I think the smaller guys can be the best players on the team. SGA, he's not a particularly small guy, but he is the point guard. Allen Iverson was able to get a team to the championship, to the finals until they ran into, the Los Angeles Lakers. We've seen guys get there, so I'm not subscribing to that. But I think there is a better brand of basketball that they can make it easier for Jalen Brunson.
Who's the one guy in Golden State?
I believe his name is Stephen.
Yeah.
Or Wardell, really. Yeah. Curry.
I disagree. I think he can be the best player on championship team.
It is an argument.
I just don't think it's this team. I don't think this team is a championship team. But I think he's definitely a system player. He's a offensive, brilliant mind player that has to be in the right system. Him and the Warriors' free-flowing system, screen, constant motion is not Jalen Brunson's game. He has to have the ball. He is a James Harden, Luka type offensive player that his usage rate is going to be through the roof. He is going to pound the air out of the ball, and you can have a lot of success to that. Now, I do think there has to be more of a balance offensively with the Knicks in general in this team.
I mean, he took 18 shots.
And having a big like Cat that's aggressive and having a wing like OG, but like Burgess has got to be better. Josh Hart's got to be better. So when you look at a championship team, yeah, a lot falls on the best player, Jalen Brunson, but these other guys got to be better too. Their bench has to be better. Like everyone collectively to be a championship team has to play their role to the max and to their best of their capabilities. The Knicks aren't doing that right now. Neither is Jalen Brunson, but everybody can be better. But I do think he can be the best player on a chachampionship team.
Yeah.
I just don't think this team's a championship team.
It's a brand new series, so we'll see Game 5 what it holds. By the way, there was a bit of a father-son moment last night. I mean, I don't even know how you work with your dad every day, but here we are.
This is crazy.
He said afterwards, no debate, just 2 competitors going back and forth. This is wild to watch, Chandler.
I mean, I love it.
Can I ask you a question? If Jalen wanted him fired, is he fired?
Gone. Gone.
Amazing.
See you later. See you at Thanksgiving, Pops.
Bye, Pops.
This is backyard childhood. Woo. Like, this is just on the highest level in the NBA and the playoffs, so obviously we're going to talk about it, but come on, there's love and admiration and respect here between these two.
It's funny to see.
It's hilarious to see.
I gotta tell y'all, I'll give you some behind the scenes. When I interviewed Jalen Brunson for my show, Rick came along, and they were at it the whole time, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if you know Rick Brunson, who was an ex-teammate of mine, he's a trash talker. He's somebody that's going to be an agitator. I know it's no different when it comes to coaching his son and being able to challenge him like nobody else can challenge him the way that he does. So this was nothing to me. When I saw it, it made me laugh because I know Jalen, I know Rick, I know their personalities. This is just how they communicate with each other, especially in a competitive setting where they're trying to tie a series. So a lot about nothing again.
But you know why it's weird, Lou, is because it is a father and a son. So it almost feels like, well, we're not supposed to see this. Like this is weird to me.
At home.
Yeah,
this is just who they are. This is obviously that's his son, but at the end of the day, Jalen is a grown man with kids. He's turned Rick into a grandfather, and so they have that rapport where they just talk to each other in a way where they know the difference between coach and player and dad, father and son, and so I love it, man. I wish I could have these type of moments with my son.
I think it was hilarious to see.
You don't think if we see LeBron and Bronny get into it, we'd be talking about it?
Oh, for sure. No, because it's just such a rare dynamic.
100%.
So now that we get to watch, I felt like a voyeur, like, ooh. But afterwards, they did eat the Magic City wings, Lou. There was good coverage of that. Cat saying he only wants the Lou Will ones.
Oh, those are so good.
Did he
What
get
can
them?
I say? It's one of the best flavors. What can I say?
It's the flavor.
It's the flavor.
Look at that. I just love
Just
seeing
fantastic
that, by the way.
ranch. What an establishment.
But you know what? Now all of a sudden, it's cool to eat Magic City. I got killed for it. You know, I walked so everybody could run. But now I'm glad the world understands. I'm glad the world understands it's great quality food. It's comfort food. When you come to ATL, make sure you eat good. It is what it is.
Lou, my guy Juju hit me up on my DMs, sending me a picture of the hoodie, so he loved it. All the wrestlers, all the Atlanta people loved that we were repping the hoodies.
Thanks for coordinating with us. So
we'll wear it again.
Forget. Well, actually, speaking of, this series is tied at 2. Both of you guys have Atlanta advancing out of this one. They'll be in New York next. Are you still picking the Hawks?
I am. I mean, that's going to be a pick. I'm going to stick to it. I think they are a better basketball team. I think they're playing better right now. And the Knicks' inconsistencies are just going to be too much to overcome. Obviously, this is a big game. The fact that they have home court advantage is huge for them moving forward. It's going to be an awesome environment. Like, CJ McCollum's got to be great. Like, he was great in game 1 and 2 and 3. He struggled a little bit last game. Jalen Johnson's got to get going. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's got to get going. Like, it's got to be a collective effort, all hands on deck for the Hawks going into the Madison Square Garden to get this win would be huge. And I think the winner of this next game, I think, obviously wins the series. I think it's that important.
Obviously. You're saying obviously. Kind of a big one.
Yeah. Especially if it's Atlanta going back.
I think this series is right where we thought it would be. I didn't think neither team would dominate the other. I thought this was a great matchup, and I agree with Chandler. I just think Atlanta Hawks right now, they have more of an identity. They understand who they are as a basketball team to be able to get them to 4 wins before the New York Knicks do. You know, but New York Knicks, they got a lot of questions to be answered. Can OG be the player that he's been all this series consistently? Can Cat be this player consistently? Can they give enough to Jalen Brunson where they can take some of the pressure and alleviate the things that he makes this New York Knicks team special in the fourth quarters where he can close? Those are all questions that need to be answered. When it comes to the Hawks, I think they have more of a clear pecking order and who's going to do what on their team to get them to 4 wins before New York.
Yep.
Guys, I know you were worried. We're getting to the game you wanted to get to. Spurs up in Portland. They take the win 3-1. We'll get to the crazy math in this bad boy, but De'Aaron Fox finishes with 28, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Victor is back. Wemby with 27, 11, and 7 blocks. Count them. Denny, 26 points, 7 rebounds. It's the largest win in NBA playoff history by a team trailing by 15 or more at halftime. So that's the crazy math of the whoop. But by the way, that is twice now that the Blazers have blown a double-digit lead. I don't know, Chandler. It's obviously, it's hard to say, less experienced team, but we're just looking at 2 very young teams. Did they give it away twice?
Well, there's just levels to these 2 teams. And again, Scoop, be careful. You wanted Wemby.
Ooh-wee.
You got him. And he put 27-12 on your head with 7 block shots. So, again, careful what you wish for there.
Easy as well.
This guy, I would have been like, yeah, I hope he doesn't play. If I was
just be honest.
I think we have a better chance of winning without that guy in the lineup, is what I would have said, because that is the truth.
That would have been awesome.
And this team, again, I think, this is a little inexperience here. This little guys that haven't been there they haven't been in the playoffs, they haven't been in the situation. But neither of the Spurs. So the fact that they can rally, they don't hang their head down. They have the foot on the gas pedal to kind of continue and just completely flip this game and end up being a blowout after being down 15.
Insanity.
Is super impressive for the growth of this team. And if I'm San Antonio and I'm up 3-1 and I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at, okay, Minnesota's up 3-1.
Don't look ahead.
Their 2 guys are out. Like, let's finish this series ASAP. Is it tonight? Tomorrow night. Let's finish the series tomorrow night. And let's get off our feet, get the most rest that we possibly can, and hope Minnesota gets it done too, because they're banged up, and I want them ASAP.
I mean, they scored 73 in the second half, Lou. That's crazy.
And that's why you go out and you get a De'Aaron Fox to add to this group. You know, think about all of the questions that we had when this season started. Who's going to start? Who's going to come off the bench? Is it going to work between this guy? No, just give me the best players available, and let's figure this thing out. And then you got to talk about Wemby. You got to talk about Wemby, man. Like, I saw him alter plays that were unreal. Usually when a guard is driving down the lane and a big comes and helps over, this is an easy drop-off pass to the big to be able to finish. Wemby, he's guarding a drive and he's guarding a finish, and they're not finishing. 7 blocks is incredible. Like, it's just his impact on a defensive end, it makes it so much easier for San Antonio to be able to fall in line and just do the intangible things that's needed to be able to help him anchor that defense. And then once you have those demoralizing plays where you feel like you got a wide open layup and this guy swats it to the 3-point line and start a fast break, and you got dynamic guards being able to run out, it's just a hard sell for the Portland Trail Blazers. I said it when this thing started after game one. I think they're just outmanned and outgunned. They're doing everything they can to make this a competitive series. I just don't think they have enough to compete with San Antonio.
Not in the notes. I did switch the locations from where I was watching this game from the second half. I don't know if that's part
I mean,
of
the second half was insane.
I'm just saying. 2 minutes to go. Denny.
No candle this time?
No, I did not like that. I'll never like that candle again. Did not like the Stephon Castle ball right to the chest move here. They both got text, by the way. I don't know. Are we scared of Denny? What are we doing here?
Are we scared? No, but if Castle does this to me, you have to react. No man, no dude's
What,
gonna
he's
put
just giving him
a
the
ball in my chest like this. So I think Denny had every right to react like this. And again, we're talking frustrated. When you play the same team twice, they get annoying. Now we're talking 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 times. There's gonna be animosity, there's gonna be frustration, but I think he had every right to react like that.
Cry harder.
No, I don't think he cried. I just think he just, if you're gonna put the ball on my chest, I'm gonna push you.
He's
Like, that's
giving
fair.
him the ball. That's what he's supposed to do.
Give the ref the ball.
I thought it was fair.
Give the ref. Yeah, like if you
fair.
do that, I want to push you. No, I'm fine. So what?
I
Move
liked
on.
it. I like it. Get mad. We'll see you in the next one.
Chandler, you know what, Chandler? You make a great point though. We're far removed from the game. But man, at game 3, game 4, I'm tired of looking at y'all.
Yeah,
I'm tired of watching y'all.
I hate you.
I don't want to talk to y'all. Yeah, like at this point, I'm irritable. I'm just tired of the whole thing. Now we're starting to get into the part of the series where your game plan doesn't matter. Your scouting report doesn't matter. It just comes down who's going to be the tougher, better basketball teams that can withstand guys putting the ball in your face, laying the ball up on the other end of the court at the end of games. All of these small little things start to add up from game to game, from series to series, and you're getting to that point where I'm just tired of looking at you.
Yeah.
You know what? He wouldn't have done that if Bobby Portis was a Spur. I can tell you that right now. We're going to take a quick break. We'll run it back on the other side. It's not.
Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Well. Pistons Magic. Interesting here because Orlando's got a 2-1 lead. 115-105 here. Paolo finishes with 25, 6 of 17, 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Desmond Bane, who is amazing sometimes, 25 points, ties the franchise record for threes in a game. Cade with 27. Orlando had a 17-point fourth quarter lead before rallying. They blew that, and that's why we had an actual game there at the end. Can I ask you this, though? Paolo said afterwards that he does not fear them. He hit the 3 to seal the win. I know a lot of people have been doubters sort of about who he is and how he plays. Is anything happening in this series that's starting to make you change anybody's minds?
I think that's a fair comment. If I'm the Magic, if I'm Paolo, I don't fear them at all. I respect them. They had a great season. Cade Cunningham's unbelievable, but we have just as much experience as them in the playoffs. They've never done it before. They've never been, it's not like they're the Thunder. It's not like they're the defending champs. They have to prove it to me in the postseason. And honestly, we're outworking them. We're beating them at their own game. We're playing more physical. Like Wendell Carter has been a man-child down there, outplaying Jalen Duren. Franz Wagner just had a hell of a fourth quarter and into the game, making some huge baskets down the stretch. Desmond Bane has arguably been their best player.
I hear his name all the time.
Like he is just tremendous. And as an Orlando guy, like I'd love to see like this arena rocking. The fans are into it. Like an 8 seed. We always talk about how they're not a real 8 seed. They're kind of a fugazi 8 seed that should have been a higher seed based on the season and the injuries they had. But this is a bad matchup for Detroit, and they're up against the ropes right now. Like they have to make adjustments. They have to find. And Tobias Harris has even been great. Like they're getting stuff from everybody else. Jalen Duren's got to be great. He's got to be a lot better. But again, Cade Cunningham he's not taking the ball. He's not taking care of the ball very well. It's like Orlando's beating them at their own game, which is crazy to me because this team has kind of been the bully all season long, and now I feel like they're getting out physical in a series where
you guys
they are the most physical team.
They're not a real 8 seed, Lou. But that's kind of where we are here.
Or is Detroit not a real 1 seed?
Well, they technically are 1. I mean, they earned that.
I think two things can be true. Two things can be true, Chandler. Like, Orlando's had their struggles. They've had their issues, right? But it's something about playoff basketball where guys just find a way to rally around each other, and they know, hey, my success is based on your success, and we're going to try to do this thing together. We're not trying to be embarrassed together, so we might as well figure this out. Whatever the problems were, whatever the things that we need to adjust to, we need to adjust them now. Some teams, they figure it out in the postseason. Orlando has been one of those teams. A team that hasn't figured out in the postseason so far has been the Detroit Pistons. We've talked time and time again, they need a secondary guy. They need a third guy. They need some more production from other guys outside of Cade Cunningham, and we've always questioned who was going to be that guy. Tobias Harris has been amazing in this series, but look at how much attention that they've put on Cade Cunningham and making the game difficult for him. 9 turnovers in that last game, and that's just by them being active and making it difficult for them. That's what some of the issues to me is for the Detroit Pistons. So, but make no mistake about it. This is a lot of basketball game left in this series, but so far Orlando has just done everything to expose the issues that Detroit has had all season long.
You know, it's like I watched the Pistons play, and again, this has been the question all season long, like who is going to be that second option, right? And Tobias Harris has been shown flashes. You know, Thompson's been great. Jalen Duren is that second best player, but he's not a second option. He, like, when I watch even the Celtics play, it's like they don't have a Peyton Pritchard on Detroit. You know what I mean? They don't have a RJ Barrett. They don't have a CJ McCollum. Like, they don't have a OG. They don't have an OG.
They just don't have a guy that just go get a bucket.
They don't have a guy that Cade Cunningham goes out of the game for 6 minutes. Let's play through this guy. They don't have a Marcus Smart. Like,
well, how does Duren have 20 during the regular season and 9?
I'm just saying,
it's a big drop.
I think that is where they get exposed a little bit, because when it is in the half court and it is a slower game and Cade Cunningham's in foul trouble or hurt or out of the game, where did they get their offense from? And it's every team kind of has that guy that's just to go get a bucket at the end of the shot clock, a butter situation. You can just go. They don't really have that. And
slow down, Chandler, for the people that don't know what butter means.
Sorry, like butter means like 5 seconds on a shot clock. You scream butter, and it's like, all right, go, like get a bucket, score, like
butter.
Yeah. 5 seconds. You got to get down to the bread and butter.
They don't have it. They don't have that guy. Peyton Pritchard's going to break you off. CJ McCollum's going to break you off. They don't have that kind of guy complimenting Cade Cunningham, which is fine. And again, they had a great season, #1 seed. This series is far from over.
That's fair.
But I think that's where this team gets exposed, where these other teams that are really, really good, they have all these offensive weapons where they can go get a bucket, and they beat you up defensively and physical and forcing turnovers and then getting out in transition. Jenkins hasn't been that great this series. You know, we're not even seeing like Ron Holland, Karis LeVert, like these guys that I thought would be those X factors haven't been in the series.
Here's where NBA math gets weird for me, Lou, because he is a restricted free agent this summer. We're talking about Jalen Duren and up for the max. Like, I understand that people are like automatically like, yo, he gets it, but are you watching this going, I'm a little hesitant to give it to him, Lou?
I want everybody to get their money. So
well, I know you
won't
do.
You won't hear me talk nobody.
Max
you won't hear
yesterday.
me talk nobody out of their money. But I think what Detroit did was they went out and got shooters. They didn't go get scores. You know, you go get Duncan Robinson, you go get Herter. Karis LeVert is supposed to be that guy that you can put the ball in his hands and go get a bucket. He hasn't been able to do that. Tobias Harris is another guy that's supposed to be able to do that. He's doing it now. But I think as far as it comes down to Jalen Duren, the impact that he's had for this team and being an all-star guy, I think he deserves this money. But they got to put the pieces around him to make it all figure out and make it work.
Might have a broken heart, but we won't get
If the Lakers don't want to pay Austin Reeves, Detroit, go get Austin Reeves.
Here we go.
He'd be perfect.
Taking a quick break. We'll be back to wrap things up. We're just sending Austin Reeves.
Run it up, then run it back.
You forgot Thunder are playing the Suns. They're up 3-0, but there's a Lou Dort moment here. Looks like he trips Devin Booker. He had to leave the game, by the way, for a minute with bad ankle. Look, it's Lou Dort, Chandler. Dirty or
if not? This guy is getting this good at being dirty, then I don't know. He's not even looking at him. Like, this couldn't have been on purpose unless he's just a master.
He's a master man.
Like, come on. I think we're just over-analyzing this because of what he's done, like Jokic and some of those dirty plays.
Get a rep.
This was, come on, this was nothing.
Yeah, a no-look trip. He getting elite if that's the
he
case.
can't be that good.
Right?
Is this series done tonight? We're done tonight, yeah?
Oh,
yeah, this thing is cooked.
Unless it's
put it on the grill.
Michael Carter, you know I have conspiracies about a lot of things.
Have you seen the script?
If the Suns win
I'm
this,
headed to the airport.
Come on, safe flight, Lou.
Safe flight. Eat a Shake Shack burger on the plane for me, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy some hoops tonight. Hopefully it's all good games.